Okay, welcome to the Let's Enjoy Piano Self-Expression Method. If you don't have a copy of the book, go to the website let'senjoypiano.com. It's a toolbox of very practical, useful, innovative techniques, real-world techniques that will get you playing a problem area, resolve the problem through improvisation, accompaniment, jamming, composing, accompaniment. Each page was written at the student's side to solve a problem and reduce frustration. Here's understanding chords in relation to the root, chord components in relation to the root. Here's every scale and every component. The root of C, the 2 is D, the E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, the 6, 7, 8, major 7, dominant 7. So everything at a chart, it's good for very good for transposing too. A lot of teachers have liked it for transposing, and students as well, because you can see the relationship of every scale to every other scale. And the chord components, because every chord has a sound, every note has a sound against the root. That's the main thing. On pages, if you have the book, look at page 77 and 78. There again is visualizing the chord and the neighbors next to each other. Each sound, the third of C, the fifth, the flat third, the augment 5, the 13, which is the A, is the 6th as well as the 13, major 7, 2 is the 9, etc. And if you look at an F chord, you have this visualization of every component against the root, because when you're looking across both hands and you're laying out a chord, and here we're going to look at Lady Madonna. It starts out with the root of A, the 3rd, C sharp, D, the 4th, and the 5th, E. So you have as your bass line. And you can do rolling octaves, you can just do one note at a time if you want to. It's good to practice your octaves. On the right hand, he's got a minor, A minor, and A major. He combines that sound from the 3rd to the 2 to the 1. Then he goes up to the 6th, the 5th, and the 6th. And then he goes to F chord, F and A, that determines the major chord, G and D, and root A. So always look across both hands when you're going to place your chords in. If something's missing in the right, it'll be in the left, and vice versa. Mostly in root position, starting from the root, everything's in relation to the root. So there's A, and then he goes up to the 6th. Then he goes, A holds the A, is common with F. There's the F chord, G, and A. So it's nicely constructed that way. Then he goes to the middle part with a D minor, into a G, into a C1. That's a D minor octave, or D minor 1, first inversion D minor. Then he goes to G, second inversion G, or root. I think it's first inversion. I do it in octaves, so I have this. Then C1, or C octave, C1, into A minor, second inversion. So he goes right by the cycle, D minor, G, C, A. So if you have the book, page 20, it lays out the cycle and all the keys of the cycle. Everything in one page. Every page I call it an essential knowledge page, because everything you really need to know about the cycle of fifths is on this one page. And then the other page, every page that you had to know about transposing the basic things. There's books written on the cycle of fifths. But what you really need to know is on this page, the relationship of the 6-2-5-1. The 2 chord of the key of C is D minor, G is the 5, and you don't have to start on the 1. McCartney starts the middle part on the 2. He goes to the 5, he goes to the 1, and then he goes to the 6, A minor. So he goes D minor, G, C, A minor. So that lays out everything on page 20. So he's doing D minor, G, C, A minor. And he links it with a backward C scale in rolling octaves. D, C, B, A, G. All the way down to G comes up A, B, C, C sharp, D. Again, and then C, he goes right down. So he has D minor. Back to D minor again. Now see how they run. The word is C and the chord is C. So that was pretty interesting. And B minor, that's C2. B minor 2, or in octaves, that's C and B minor and E. Sometimes they have a suspension. Fall into the suspension of E into the E. That's the 4th of E, that's the A, that's a suspended. Okay, and then he's back home again to the, so that middle part is, now here's your C. Up here if you want to. Sorry. Now the middle part, the tag at the end, you can go back to the middle part again. The tag at the end starts with an A. Into half a B diminished. Into E. E7 with no third, B, E, B, D, E. Here's the root, here's the 5th, here's the 7, the D. So you have, and then he adds the A octave. That's common, that's the B, probably B minor 7 flat 5. B minor, or just B diminished, add A, and then the E suspension, and back to home. So the tag, I'm sorry. And that's Lady Madonna. Looking at the chord components, how it's constructed, how you should practice it, knowing the cycle, knowing the sounds against each other, the 6. You can see how it's not too complicated. Coordination is the main problem. So if you just work on that coordination one hand at a time, break it down, bite-sized pieces, target the note before you move to the next chord, target the notes, and in a simple way, you can really sound pretty good by just knowing the solid sounds of in the positioning of the chord. So I hope that helps you out. And go to my website if you have any questions. I give online lessons. You can look that up. And everything practical. You just want to take a few lessons just to get oriented to the book. If you bought it and you have some questions, we can just get you oriented. And from there, we can go to tutorials. You can follow along if you have the book. If not, pick it up and follow along. Very good. Thank you very much. Take care.